Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing banking yet again. I'm hearing a lot of things regarding banking, getting a lot of feedback from folks, both by email as well as in the comments on our channel, as we've discussed in other videos. Anecdotally, I'm hearing that certain banks are, and I'm not naming any banks specifically, it looks like that this is sort of an overarching policy. Not sure if it's coming down from the Bank of Thailand or not, or it's just a trend, or maybe immigration has something to do with this, or the anti-money laundering office. I did other videos recently where we were talking about so-called scam accounts, and people, you know, they're not exactly going after people's accounts, but they're scrutinizing them, and if they're on tourist visas and remain on tourist visas, they may have their account shut down. Again, citing anti-money laundering and, you know, scam and mule accounts. You know, this whole trend of ultra digitization and totalitarianism in the banking sector seems to be a global phenomenon. I don't find it coincidental that the World Economic Forum representative was recently here meeting with our prime minister, which I would ask who voted for that. But setting all of that aside, look, it's having a practical impact, especially on the expat community. And I thought of making this video after reading a recent comment on our channel, quoting directly, "Had my account blocked 3 weeks ago, opened at BKK branch, the account 18 months ago, no agent on 60 stamp tourist visa, so 60-day tourist visa stamp." So I think they meant they opened it at a Bangkok, not necessarily Bangkok bank, but at a branch of a Bangkok bank, and then on a 60-day stamp tourist. "Purchased condo in my name 15 months ago. Had to go into bank and show passport, now on DTV, land office paper, title deed showing my name, etc. They wanted to close all accounts on tourist visa. They sent copies of my documents to BKK for review. On day 6 of waiting, my account was reopened. If I didn't own property, my account would have been closed for sure." Well, hard to speculate what would have happened, but one, I wanted to read this comment because A, it shows the trend. That, yeah, I've been talking about this anecdotal stuff. I've gotten some negative feedback saying, oh, this isn't really happening. Well, it looks to us like it is happening. It is, in fact, happening. Now, that said, let me take a moment to do sort of a shameless plug for Pancake Palace. So we've got these photos. I wanted to show people some of the food. I've done other videos, a specific video on this channel introducing Pancake Palace. But yeah, I basically, along with my better half, have set up a diner-style American eatery here in Bangkok. We're nearby Pat Pong area, down here between Silom and Surawong. It's one of those streets in Bangkok that has multiple names depending on who you talk to. You can call it Soi Tan Tuan, you can call it Narathiwat Soi 1, you can also call it Soi Anuman Ratchadon. Whatever you want to call it, we're Pancake Palace. We're just about 20 paces up from the mango tree. I will put a link, a Google Maps link, in the description below, but I wanted to show some of the food. We've got chili, we've got buffalo wings, we've got, of course, pancakes, we've got great American breakfast all day long. Currently open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. We are looking to extend our hours as time goes on because we're looking to try to give folks here in Bangkok that unique kind of American diner style experience. So if you're interested in having some American food, come on down to Pancake Palace. Now, that said, let me get back into what I was talking about here. Yeah, one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video was A, I wanted to show that, yeah, there are real people that are seeing problems having their bank accounts maintained on their visas. Notably, as pointed out, and as we pointed out in another video I made prior to this one, destination Thailand visas are proving to be problematic with regard to banking because they're being treated as tourist visas, as frankly they should be, because they effectively are tourist visas. As I've discussed in other videos, and I was talking to a client actually just this morning, the day that we're making this video, that person was on a destination Thailand visa, and it was explained to them at an immigration checkpoint that no, they did not have a 5-year visa. They had basically a document that allowed, over the course of 5 years, the ability to request permission to stay 6 months at a time. It was not a visa per se. I've been talking about that for some time as well. As I've discussed in prior videos, the DTV was sort of created ad hoc. It was entirely a brainchild, if you will, of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It didn't really seem to have any feedback from local immigration here under the auspices of the Ministry of Interior. And as we've discussed in other videos, there's been all kinds of problems, especially associated with work authorization here in Thailand. And Ministry of Interior themselves issued a statement stating Destination Thailand visa holders could not do anything which, quote unquote, impinged on the Thai economy. The upshot of that, in my mind, is this banking issue, that if you're just here on a DTV visa, it doesn't look like you're going to be able to maintain a bank account long term. Same thing can be said for a tourist visa. Now, as the title of the video suggests, it looks like property ownership may be, I stress may be, a mitigating factor, as noted from this commenter who went through this whole process and ended up showing, hey, I've got a condo here, can I please keep my bank account? And they went ahead and allowed it. I don't think it's necessarily a prudent move to presume that just because one has a condo in Thailand, one can go ahead and maintain a bank account on any visa they choose. Again, as many things work here, underlying circumstances dictate outcomes in Thailand, and many things here in Thailand are handled on a case-by-case, some may call it ad hoc basis. So the thing to take away from this video is, one, if you're looking to come to Thailand long-term, the best way to do that is to seek the standard, old school, if you will, but tried and true non-immigrant visas to do that. For example, retirees. The O or the OA retirement visa may be a better way to go. Now, again, I do understand folks that are under 50 or don't have the circumstances where they necessarily want to be on a retirement visa. Maybe the DTV is a good idea, but there may be other options. The new LTR visa may be an option. Again, that was touted as being sort of much more broad-based than it ultimately turned out to be. It's a very narrow subset of people that I've seen that even qualify for the LTR. Meanwhile, though, the standard old school visas are still out there. O marriage visas, for example. If you're married to a Thai national, an O marriage visa, again, there's, issues associated with both getting and extending those kind of visas, but they are still available and they can be a major benefit to folks. If you're looking to come here and actually work, and I know that they've murkied up the waters the last 2 years, especially under this current government, regarding work in Thailand and this whole notion of digital nomads, and they've said, oh, you can come here and you don't need a work permit if you're working for somebody offshore. That's a whole murky issue to begin with, but setting that aside, if you're coming here to work, okay? And if you really are coming here to work, the best thing to do, instead of trying to mess around and play around in the margins or the gray areas, because frankly, those gray areas are becoming far less gray, they're becoming blacker and whiter by the day. The margins are shrinking down, and it's a byproduct of digitization. Like with this banking thing, they can now see pretty much at their fingertips who has what visa with what bank account, and it's having an impact on whether or not they're going to keep the bank account open or not. Point I'm trying to make is, if you know you're going to come here to work in Thailand, the best way to handle that is to, in my opinion, just go down the straightforward route. Do what's always worked here, which is set up a business, do a business visa, do a work permit, and go down the line that way. Again, there may be people that are kind of on, maybe in a gray area, kind of on the bubble with regard to that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, your own intentions. It's very good advice right now, just generally. Don't try to game this system at the moment. It's too volatile. And frankly, at the moment, it looks to me like immigration, especially here internally, is very interested in playing things completely by the book.